Yo, Surreal Talk Radio, your man, Calico the Surrealist on WPRK 91.5 FM Winter Park. We are kicking it after dark with our special guest in the building. Man, right now I would normally introduce my co-host. He's running a little late on, black people time, man. Here he come right now. DJ Exclusive stepping in the building at 11:01. What kind of stuff is this, man? Anyways, man. My co-host tonight, DJ Exclusive. What's going on, cuz?
I'm chilling. I'm here.
Chilling like a you ain't chilling.
I'm
like
here.
You normally chilling like a villain, but
usually today a little different.
Hey, man, it's all good. Well, man, I don't want to burn too much time because I got a lot of stuff I want to get off my chest.
Yeah, I can dig it.
So, man, we got a hot show lined up tonight. We're going to kick things off with my surreal topic of the day. We got music from around the way. We got our throwback track and my favorite part of the show, the pump it or dump it, where y'all get to call in and let us know if the track we playing is hot or not. But now, without any further ado, straight to it. My special guest chilling with us tonight. The sister right here is an R&B singer and songwriter, best known for her affiliation with Bone Thugs and Harmony. We got Felecia, a.k.a. Krystal Kleer, in here. What's going on?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, there it is. That's what it is. Hey, listen. First off, man, thank you so much for doing our show, helping us grow. You know what I'm saying? We truly appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. All right. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff I want to cover, so I'm going to try to jump straight to it. We're going to start it off with my surreal topic of the day. My topic tonight is relationship advice.
Oh, my goodness.
Relationship we got a female on the show. I had to bring out some, So, yeah, relationship advice is what I want to talk about. And I want to do it like this. A lot of people don't understand that people are diverse. Right? People are situational, put it like that. And what works for one person may not work for another person. So people always like to give this advice all the time, like there's only one way of doing things. In my personal opinion, I feel like you have to define your relationship. You and your partner are the ones that have to define what your relationship is.
Exactly.
And and an example I'm gonna use is some people are cool with stuff like polygamy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people ain't, and some people can make it work, some people can't. So my thing, again about giving relationship advice is it's not no one way, it's not no cookie cutter, one thing that's just gonna work for all relationships. So people have to understand that when they give advice, because it's more so like just suggestions, stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, I just want to kick conversation off like that right there. I want to get, what are your thoughts on people giving relationship advice? We'll start with Felicia.
Okay, well, giving relationship advice, I really feel like you should go to someone who is mature in the situation, who has been through the situation, or can really counsel you how to, take care of your situation or deal with it. Definitely get to know the person that you're interested in, because a lot of times we just jump into something and find out it's really not what you want. So that's my advice. Just watch a person from the far before you, get with them.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. DJ Exclusive, what can you tell us about this? See, DJ Exclusive, he be having an exclusive point of view, so I already know you finna come out the bag with one.
Yeah, that's my thing. Relationship advice, it ain't a blueprint to any successful relationship, right? Mm-hmm. It takes the two people to come to agreement. But no matter what relationship you're in, there is a right way and a wrong way to do everything. Right. If you're communicating wrong, you already in deep water.
Got you.
There's some things you got to do right. Some things you got to communicate well, so that way you can establish boundaries, come up with goals in a relationship. If you ain't doing that, you just together.
Right.
That ain't a relationship. You got to set rules for each other, and then when you break them, you got to communicate on how you broke them so that you can do things right. So
Agree.
Even though people are individuals, there's no blueprint, but there's a right and a wrong way to be in a relationship you in.
Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
The right and wrong way.
Facts. Let's talk about some people who give relationship advice. I wanna put out my man Steve Harvey for a second, man. What y'all think about Steve Harvey giving relationship advice? I know y'all done heard some of it.
Think Like a Man. He got a book too.
Yeah, he got a whole book on it. You know.
Now he got a show.
Wait, what you say, Felicia?
I said I like the movie Think Like a Man.
Oh, okay. You like the movie. What you think about him giving this advice, though? Oh, she gave me the silence. She took a minute to think. All right, go for it.
I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna pass the mic.
Oh. Oh, we're going to have a great surreal moment with her. We're going to have a real good. My thing is this with Steve, man. I feel like, with Steve, I think, man, he just be telling the game instead of selling the game. I think that's what it is with him. You know what I mean? Like, and coming from a place, I feel like this.
It's definitely game.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, he just he just telling some stuff that, he done been through. He done been a younger man. And he just, putting females up on some of the stuff that he did as a young man. You know what I mean? Like,
so what do you think about his advice? Do you like it?
I think, again, like I said before, the game is to be sold, not to be told.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? Like, I don't really get down with Steve on everything he says. Now, some of the stuff, of course, but it's just stuff that I feel like in relationships you should experience. You trying to warn people about this and that, and that's cool. But some of the stuff is just, like I said in the beginning, it's not for everybody. It's just one, like he had this one thing where he was talking about you got to wait 90 days.
Yeah, I understand what he was trying to say.
Okay.
Like, if you know the person before you go on a date,
yeah,
then it make a little bit more sense. You got to ask questions. You got to talk to them for an hour every day, and then they graduate to a date.
Yeah.
So by the time you sitting down eating with them, you kind of know them.
Yeah.
I understand that, but to put a number on it,
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on, man. If y'all trying to use that to the T,
like everybody asks the same questions on the date.
Exactly. That was what I was trying to say from the jump. And but one thing I want to say about relationship advice though is I'm cool with professional counseling, like therapy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like marriage counseling, stuff like that. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe it's the end all be all of, but at the same time, I do believe that it can be progressive, in a relationship and stuff like that. So, Felicia, what you think about professional counseling though?
I think it's needed. I think it's needed before, especially if you're going to get married, definitely should do counseling first. Because a lot of people jump into marriage not knowing what marriage entails. So I really feel like you should really know. You should talk to your elders. A lot of different churches have different counseling sessions you should go to.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's needed. And throughout the marriage. Counseling.
Okay.
You sometimes forget how to communicate, because women and men, even though we're saying the same thing, we calculate it different.
Ooh, I love that point right there. That is definitely, I'm taking notes on that one. Yeah, I would definitely walk away with that one. Because what you say about professional counseling?
Well, I tried this 3 times.
Oh.
The first time, my wife picked a psychiatrist or whatever you want to call it. Then the next time I said, you know what? I'm picking this one. And then the third time we mutually picked. Neither time it worked. Ooh. Because if you're going, both people have to have the right intentions when they're going. And
gotcha.
I thought I was going to work on her problems, but she was just going to fix all my problems.
Yeah.
So she wasn't working on nothing.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, if you ain't going, it feel like I'm the only one doing work.
You needed the therapy.
Right. It's couples therapy is for both of us. I'm going to bring up my issues and you bring up yours, and then I'm going to be aware of your issues, trying to work on them.
Right.
You work on mine. It seemed like I was the only one getting worked on. So I'm like, this is a little biased. It's supposed to be couple.
What'd you say, Felicia?
That's the issue. Like, we go to counseling trying to fix someone else when you should go to counseling trying to fix yourself. Because if you're a better person, of course your person is going to become a better person.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So a lot of times we go into the counseling thinking, well, you need to be fixed, and that's why I'm taking you. And then your partner is saying, well, you need to be fixed. And then you walk out there with no results because
no, that's real. That's real what you're saying. That's real.
But if we go into counseling thinking, you know what, I want to just be the better me. And then say, you fix you, because nobody can make anybody happy. It's up to you to make yourself happy.
Right.
Right. I agree with that. Definitely. Yeah. But no, I mean, listen, man, I think it was really good. This has probably been the best surreal topic that we've had on this. We've been doing this for a little over a year now. And we usually just be, firing off, man, who's your favorite rapper? Top 10 favorite rappers of the, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know what I mean? But nah, this was cool, though. I like this. I enjoyed it. Let's stick it on the back burner, though, for a little bit so we can have some time to get into the tea. You know what I'm saying? But I want to go into my next segment, though. Anybody want to call in and talk about our topic, which is relationship advice? You want to participate in the next segment we're about to do, which is the pump it or dump it. We need y'all to call in and let us know if this track we about to play is hot or not. Or if you want to call in and give Felicia a shout out. Remember, we on the radio, no profanity. That goes for you too, Felicia. No profanity.
How about that? No, I'm just kidding.
Man, listen, man. My man Flesh and Bone, a week or two ago, was dropping some bombs on me, man. Well, anyways,
I wanted to drop a couple of minutes ago.
Hey, listen, man, no profanity on the radio, man. And if y'all gonna call in and give you a shout out, please keep it brief so we got enough time to take all these calls. But in the meantime, I'm about to play artist. This artist, his name is Marquise from Daytona Beach, Florida, and the name of his song is called Played. All right, we're going to play this right here on Surreal Talk Radio. Check it out.
You mean play ain't gonna play?
I thought it was you. I thought you were the one for me. You lied. You messed up my life. You lied to me. You played me and my family. How could I ever trust you now? Girl, you've been sleeping with my homeboy. You've been lying to me. Girl, you've been lying to me. How could you do this to me? Girl, I thought you were the one. Ooh, I thought you were the one, yeah. Girl, I thought you were the one and only. But you gave that nigga my gayoni. Ooh, girl, you played me like a fool. You knew I was in love with you. Girl, I thought you were the one. But it turns out you weren't the one. You played up in my face. Maybe you left me full of pain. You got me walking through the rain. You got me filled with so much pain. You got me filled with so much pain, girl. Got me crying, yeah. Got me crying. Oh, how could I ever trust you now? Girl, you've been sleeping with my homeboy. You've been lying to me. Girl, you've been lying to me. How could you do this to me? Girl, I thought you were the one. Ooh, I thought you were the one, yeah. Girl, I thought you were the one and only. But you gave that nigga my gayoni.
Yo, Surreal Talk Radio, we back. Your man, Calico the Surrealist, DJ exclusive in here, and our special guest, Felicia. All right, we back. The track I just played, I want to start out with the obvious question. Felicia, what you think about the track? Should we pump it or dump it? Before you say pump it or dump it, give us some critique on that. What you think about the song?
Okay, is it mixed and mastered?
That's a good question. I mean, they just sent them to me. I don't really know all the logistics on it.
I just think it needed to be, a couple of the elements need to come up in the music. I love the topic. It's a sad topic, but it's real. It's real messed up, but it's cool.
Okay, so cool enough to pump, or you need to go back to the drawing board on it?
If you want to smash hit, then I would go back.
I feel you. DJ Exclusive is our pro right here. He's very, very hard. And he's got his hand on his chin. So what you say, cuz? About the track we just played.
I was thinking for a long time. The topic is relatable. Yeah, everybody relate to the topic.
Well, hopefully everybody don't relate to the topic.
I mean, they can relate to it. Everybody together.
Yeah, everybody got played. Yeah, everybody got played.
From high school on.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel the topic. The song, on the other hand.
Don't do it dirty.
No, it just need a little bit of work. That's all.
Okay. So
the beat to me didn't match the topic. It should have been like, it didn't sound hurt.
I feel you.
The beat didn't sound like you was hurt. It sounded like you need to get in the car and go kick it or something.
I'm gonna tell you what I was critical about on this. I got to use my words because this is my show, so I got to use my words correctly.
Okay.
I don't like the lyric where he says, "And my family." I don't like when people say family. It's family, man, family. Anytime you bust that word up like that, you lost me, bro. Like, and my family. But anyways, where we at with this, man? We pumping this thing, we dumping it. We gonna leave it up to the audience. Y'all want to do that? Y'all want to just leave it to the callers?
Yeah, because
she said, yeah.
Better off that way.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, y'all save this, man. 407-646-2915. One more time. 407-646-2915. Okay, in the meantime, we about to get real live with Felicia. She already turned up, but we finna.
I like how you made me the villain for this segment.
Oh, come on now, don't do me. Okay, don't do me. Okay, here we go. All right, let's chop it over Felicia, man. Let's see what she got going on. All right, so I want to talk about his name, Felicia, not to be confused with Felicia. I'm sure you get that a lot, right?
Bye, Felicia. Yeah, I get it all the time.
Yeah. But you also got the AKA Krystal Kleer. So,
yes.
Here we go. Ooh, here we go. Let's check it out. Surreal Talk Radio, you live.
Yeah, is this the Calico man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Calico, Commander Don from over here, Post 53, getting ready for you guys to come over and do our comedy show.
All right. Yeah, you listening to the show? You listening to our song?
Not right yet. I just got back from something at the Post and told you I'd give you a ring for tonight.
Okay, now, man, that's next week. We got the comedy show.
Yeah, right. Next week, let's get it out there on that radio. Tickets are still for sale.
All right. I got you, sir. We on it right now.
All right.
All right, brother. Appreciate your call, though.
I know, Calico, you're doing a great job, bud. Keep it going.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call.
Right on.
Peace.
Right, bye.
I thought I was finna slick way he was finna dump something around here. I don't know. But okay, so Krystal Kleer, I wanted to talk about what does this mean? I know it got some kind of deep meaning.
Krystal Kleer, I'm just, so tired of the confusion. There's been a lot of dirty lies, rumors. So I'm like, when you see me, this is what it is. Krystal Kleer, transparent, and I'm gonna give you the real, whether you like it or not.
All right, I like it. I love it right now.
I can dig that.
Yeah. We'll see at the end of this interview if I still like it, but we liking it right now. So all right, so let's get a little backdrop. You was born and raised in Maywood, Illinois. This is just outside of Chicago, right?
That's right.
I got a lot of family in Chicago. Yeah, you one of them bright skinned girls too. We might be related. I got a bunch of cousins in Chicago.
Really? Well, my family too. So, and we everywhere, so we might be.
All right then. All right, let me find out. All right. So, Now, as far as singing, I understand. I've been doing my research that you started out singing. I think for 8 Ball and MJG over at Suave House, something like that.
I did. Yep.
Dope.
Those babies.
Oh yeah, love 8 Ball and MJG. Now, come on now. Are you on any songs that we might recognize with them?
No, unfortunately not. I was supposed to do Space Age Pimpin', but I had a previous engagement, so I wasn't able to do that. But my girl Nina held it.
Yeah, classic joint right there. That was a classic joint. All right, cool. So let us know, how did you get into your music career, like professionally?
Professional, I was just doing a bunch of groups, interviews, talent shows, winning the talent shows, putting together groups, and then I knew that I was born for the stage. So I was always around like celebrities. I met Michael Jackson at the age of 9. Michael J. Fox. I met so many celebrities, and I was like, I'm just born to be there. I'm born to be one.
Now, when you say you met Michael Jackson, what kind of meeting was this?
Oh, that was crazy. So it was when he had a court case in Chicago. So my mother and my aunt took me down to the court case, and then I met him. I went back. I actually snuck back in the judge's chambers, and I saw Mike say, and it was cool.
Did he talk? Did he say, "Hello, is your name Felicia"?
Yeah, he talked to me and everything. He was the sweetest person. I was just so starstruck because Mike is my idol. But yeah, we talked, and then after that, his managers and my mom. Yeah, you can have it. His managers and my mom, they exchanged numbers, and then we talked, and then we were supposed to have a meeting with Quincy Jones, but I forgot what happened. It didn't.
Oh, okay.
It didn't sound too legal. I never heard of nobody breaking the law in the court.
In the court.
That's what
she snuck.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, Michael Jackson will make you break some laws, man. You know.
He made grown
men
faint.
I was so young. I was so little. Like,
yeah. He was like, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this charge. Yeah. I got a question for you though. I want to know, how did you get discovered by the Bone?
Well, I was living in Houston, Texas. I was working at a distribution company called Omni Records. I was dealing with a management, Kim. She worked for Rap-A-Lot Records, and she invited us to a concert. I wasn't really interested in nobody else who was on the bill but Mary J. Mm-hmm. So then I watched the concert, and some just told me sitting in the seats, like, go up there. And I did. I went up there, talked to the bodyguard. He put me on stage. I sat there and talked to Layzie Bone during the show. Layzie has said he heard me because I previously did a hook for one of his artists. He had said he heard about me. Mm-hmm. So he was going to give me a call a week later, and he did.
Layzie Bone, good dude. Okay, all right. He's actually my favorite in the group. You know,
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of biased because East 1999, Layzie Bone was my favorite. You know, the first 2 albums he was my favorite. And then he just got lazy on me, and then Layzie Bone he became my favorite. But yeah. That's just a little something I'm throwing out there. But back to the stuff here. Okay, so. You hook up with Bone Thugs and Harmony, and since then, it's like every album you was on, you happen to be on every single, like the singles that was pushed out. On the Mo Thugs album, the Family Scripture 2, the Family Reunion, you was on the Ghetto Cowboys. That was the first single. I want to talk about this one for a second. So this right here is actually the first hit Bone song where they wasn't rapping fast. A lot of people don't know that. Like they,
you know,
yeah, everybody know they did rap, but they was rapping really slow on this record.
Well, it was only Crazy and I. And how that happened, that record wasn't even supposed to be on the album. I had did a remake of Nasty Girl. And when I recorded All Good, the next day, Cray got on the record. And then a week later, that was the first single. So it's crazy.
You're saying that All Good was the first single?
Yes, All Good was the first single, and then Ghetto Cowboy was the second.
Okay, my bad. All right, yeah. So I'm over here talking about Ghetto Cowboy. All right, cool. So yeah, I was talking about them rapping slow on the Ghetto Cowboy. So I'm a little backwards here, but all right. So let's talk about. You said the All Good song was actually kind of like a remix, then, right? Like you.
No, not the All Good. All Good was for my project.
Right.
I had did a Nasty Girl remake of Vanity 6.
Okay.
For that album.
Okay. So how did it become All Good?
Do we got time? We got time.
Is there an abbreviated version of it? I don't know.
Well, actually, I never wanted it to be part of that project. It was for my solo project, but then it was picked by the executives, the producers, and they were like, well, let's just roll with it. We really feel like this is the strongest record on the album, and the rest is history. It happened so fast.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but so I don't know if it didn't, how it got pushed or whatever, but the Ghetto Cowboys joint is the one that looked like it sold the most off of that as the single, correct?
No, they both sold.
Okay. So y'all gotta get that information out there. I'm looking on Wikipedia and stuff, and I'm looking at this one.
They be trying to bury my efforts, but it ain't happening.
Oh yeah, we got to get it crystal clear then. All right, exactly. That's what it is.
Clear.
Get it crystal clear, and that's what's up. All right, cool. All right, so then, so now this album, according to my scratchy research, it peaked at number 25 on the Billboard chart, the Billboard 200, and number 8 on the top R&B and hip hop albums in the United States. Say the lead single with the Ghetto Cowboys, it peaked at number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it was later certified gold. That's what they got saying about the Ghetto Cowboys. I ain't see nothing about the All Good joint, but we understand. We understand that we got to get it crystal clear. So we getting it from the horse's mouth right here. All right, cool. So then the next album was the Mo Thugs. Well, the next album that you were on was the Mo Thugs 3, the Mothership album, and this album also peaked at number 45 on the Billboard 200. Number 13 on the top rap on R&B and hip hop. So that one did decent as well. You was on a track on there called "This Ain't Living." Yeah, you and Layzie Bone. Which this song wasn't as successful as the previous album. Why do you think?
Well, it was a different record label for one, and it was a different energy behind it. So, Bone was going through some internal issues. So it was basically the family reunion project that was pretty much Crazy was spearheading that. And then Layzie took the other project and spearheaded that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I could see how that. I could definitely see that being the case. Then the last album that you were on, it seems to be, was this Movement Mo Thugs album, which actually hit the charts as well. And you were on a song on there called All Life Long, you and Layzie Bone. Yeah, what could you tell us about that single there?
Well, the fans love it. A lot of fans have gotten married to the record. I've been told that it saved a lot of lives, so I'm happy about the record.
All right, cool. Yeah, I actually have all these records myself at the crib. Then you also did this joint called Out of Time featuring Crazy Bone and Layzie Bone, and it's kind of like a first of the month type of remix. What was this from? Was this a random song, or was this a part of a project?
It actually was supposed to be a project with me getting a deal with Interscope Records. Tubby gave me the record. I was, at the time, my manager was Quay. So we went to Chicago and recorded. We went to New York. And when I brought the project back, it was, again, some internal problems with Interscope and Bone. So, of course, my affiliation that kind of fell through the cracks.
Okay. What was it like working with Bone at that time for you?
Crazy. Crazy. So, I mean, I don't know what kind of radio show, you said no cursing. So
Wow.
a couple of curse words.
Okay.
But, no, it was a pot of gumbo. That's my nicest way of saying that.
Okay.
That's a real nice way of saying it.
Yeah, it's so nice. I mean, I'm like, okay, I don't know, man. I don't even know how to take that.
It was highs, it was lows.
Okay.
I come from a whole different background, so that experience was something different.
I already see what I got to do with you. I got to put your head in here and just crank. I already see what kind of interview this is gonna be. All right, so let's talk about it like this, and let me rephrase the question. What was the pros and cons? Like, what did you enjoy most about working with Bone at that time?
I have different experiences, and I'm going to tell you why I have different experiences. Okay. When I was introduced to Bone, I was introduced to Bone through Layzie Bone. So when I came aboard, I was thinking that I was meeting all five. We were going to sit around a round table, and we were going to have this record deal and da-da-da. And it didn't happen that way. When I got to Miami, it was basically Layzie and and some Mo Thugs. And so none of the other Bone were there. So that was confusing. Then there was internal conflict. And then at that point of me coming aboard, Layzie wanted to separate himself. He was doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. So I have my own experiences with Layzie as being his artist. And then I have an experience with me going off with Steve, which is Layzie, which became my husband. So it's two total different experiences.
Okay.
And I want to set this record straight. Just because you do a song with somebody does not mean you've slept with them. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to make it crystal clear.
Wow. I don't know who
the only Bone member that I ever been with was Layzie, Steve, my husband. So I'm making that crystal clear.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't know who that was for, but whoever was for.
The listener.
Yeah, y'all better hear that. Y'all better hear that right there. She making it crystal clear.
Well, I'll say it. People thought that me and Layzie was together, so it was confusing because we did the record all good, and it was a sensual record. So people just assumed we were together, which wasn't the case. That was my brother.
Yeah, I feel you. That was a dope record too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm glad she said that.
You know
too.
what, man? I'm a super duper Bone fan, and I never thought that though. Like when I heard the record, I just thought it was a dope record. I never thought, oh, Layzie must be banging her. You know what I mean? My mind never went that way.
Good minds wouldn't. Good minds who appreciate good music wouldn't.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
Like that.
Now I will say this though, it was a shock when because as Bone fans, Bone is like a family. Like Bone fans are like a cult, you know what I mean? So it was kind of a shock when I looked up and then I seen the news, okay, Layzie Bone is with Felicia. Like, wow. Like all of a sudden I thought they was, but we'll get to that part in a minute. So what I want to do right now though is I want to get some music out there. I want to let the people know what kind of artists we dealing with, of course they done heard the old school stuff, but you done blessed us with some tracks up in here. So I wanna fire off one. This first joint I wanna play is we had the Good Girl Felicia with All Good. When I was listening to this record, I was like, yo, okay, times have changed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm a girl, love it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Listen to the lyrics in that, and then listen to the lyrics in this. All right, so this joint right here, this is The Green Light right here by Felicia right here. I'm going to play this when we be back. Surreal Talk Radio. Check this out.
Go ahead and plead them, sure.
Weighing out what your time like. Better not be a new bitch by you. Playing around, I was stop that. Ready for you to be all in it. Feeling so feeling not like me. You wanna touch it this high key. Been talking a lot, that's not what I want. Drift over here and pull up. Checking on this, more than a kiss. Don't gotta ask what it's hitting for. Not a whole lot, want you on top. Make you ask for more. Measure my body, go big on my body. I got plenty of options. What did I say? I'm not trying to wait. About to go up, don't you get tired. Gonna have you singing, oh la la la. Come back for seconds, boy, is you ready? About to go up, don't you get tired. Gonna have you singing, oh la la la. Come back for seconds, boy, is you ready? Big on your neck while you're fucking on me. Ain't the way you feel when you bend the over. Breaking the spring into the summer. Top, ice in your mama. This rock, you're breaking me down. Too late to get nervous now. About to go up, don't you get tired. Gonna have you singing, ooh la la la. Come back for seconds, boy, is you ready? About to go up, don't you get tired. Gonna have you singing, ooh la la la. Come back for seconds, boy, is you ready? I'ma give you that green light. Baby, can you give me that feel right? Can you work up on it, work up on it, work up on it? Can you work up on it, work up on it, work up on it? I'ma give you that green light. Baby, can you give me that feel right? Can you work up on it, work up on it, work up on it? Can you work up on it, work up on it, work up on it, on it?
Yes, sir. Surreal Talk Radio. We back in Man Calico, the Surrealist. DJ Exclusive getting his headphones back on, just chilling out over there. And we got, I'm gonna just call it Crystal Clear. We ain't Felicia. She making things crystal clear over here. You know.
No.
Yeah, let y'all know, man. Crazy Bone wasn't the bone. Let us let it be let it be known. Let's see what else we gonna get to. All right. We was talking about Bone right there. We was talking about this green light. All right. I mentioned how these Bone Thugs, these dudes is idolized. They got like a cult following. The fans, I'm going to talk about their fan base for a minute. Cuz I sent you this screenshot. I should have sent this to Felicia, but I sent you this screenshot of this chick that says she going to delete All Good off her playlist. Because
I saw that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, the fans is like some weirdos, man. Like, some of the fans is like, I love Bone, but I would never, I'm going to delete it off my playlist. What I'm going to do, just scratch my CD? Because, I don't know, man. But anyway.
It's all good. To each his own. Like, okay.
Nah, it ain't all good. I'm going to tell you why. That's weirdo stuff. That's some straight stand stuff. Like, if you going to delete All Good off of it. And then she make the statement to say this. Remember in the screenshot, she going to make the statement to say, something about Crazy Bone's verse.
Yeah.
like we gonna keep Crazy Bone verse and do away with the rest of the song because she got an attitude or whatever happened. What you think about? Now go ahead. You was gonna say something?
I mean, first of all, I don't know where that would stem from. Is that because I'm speaking the truth about Layzie Bone? Like, I'm confused.
I have no. I really don't. I would assume that you guys got information out there now, and this chick that wrote this that did this post on this one of these Bone weirdo groups. She I don't want to say it's a weirdo group because I'm in the group and I see a lot of good stuff in there, but she's a weirdo. Yeah,
I don't really follow it, so I wouldn't know. So
yeah, it was a screen. I'm gonna send it to you. It's a screenshot.
She had selective protest.
Yeah. No, it was called selective outrage. You didn't see that? That's what it was. Selective outrage.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's a question I've been burning to ask a Mo Thug affiliate.
Okay.
Why wasn't Busy Bone on any of the Mo Thug stuff? Can you answer that?
I can, because he feels like until his money and his situation was right, that he wasn't going to really be played.
I can kind of rock with that, and I can kind of can't. I can rock with it to a certain extent. I mean, come on, man, we doing this for the money, but at the same time, man.
Well, if you're doing it for the money, I'm going to say this. If you're doing it for the money, then you expect to be compensated with the money.
Right. I got you.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point in time, you can't just be doing stuff for free.
True. All right, Busy Bone.
That turned it into a hobby.
So, I mean,
if you ain't making no money, it's a hobby.
Yeah.
That's really a question that you really got to ask him. But when I talk to him, he's always concerned about, he always felt like Bone did not get what they deserved to get, and he wasn't going to be pimped out.
I could feel him. All right, Busy Bone. I got that question coming up. I think we're going to have him soon. All right, so here we go. Talking about money. Speaking about money, we had Soulja Boy on here. And I ain't talking about the Soulja Boy telling the little Superman kid. I'm talking about the original Soulja Boy that was on the Mo Thugs with Felicia here. He was telling us he left the whole organization because basically he wasn't getting paid. So I want to ask you, Felicia, do you think that the Mo Thug artists were getting treated fairly from your point of view?
No, and I came in the door telling them that. So everybody know. I came in the door like with the book. Here, you want to read this book? Everything you better know about the music business, Kashif. You want to read this book? Hey, do you get per diems? They was like, what is per diems? Or, oh my God, you don't know what that is? Da da da. And I was told by one of the members, and I gotta watch my tongue, that if they don't know, they don't deserve to know. And so I felt that was a slap in the face, because on the other end, I got the artists telling me, because that's where I spent most of my time with. So I got the artists telling me, oh, we'll never be played. We grew up with them and da 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 da. And then on the other end, I'm hearing,
Sounds like they was running the label like the government.
So
what they don't know won't hurt them.
Man.
I
don't know.
Saying that, well, it doesn't really go like this, and what about this? And when I questioned my contract, because I was given a contract, I gave it back to him, crazy, and I was like, "You're joking, right?" And he was like, "No, why?" I was like, "Yeah, you got to be. You're trying to test me. You're trying to see if I'm smart." Like, I thought it was a joke. And he was like, nah. And then he was like, well, just give it back. I'll fix it to whatever you want. And I was like, whatever I want? He was like, whatever you want. So as we were going back and forth negotiating, he came back and he was like, you know what, scratch that. I'm not even doing Mo Thug. I'm starting my own stuff. I'm taking, if you want to be a part, I'm taking you. And we have 5 other Mo Thugs, and we were doing our thing, and we really started. He had came up with Thug Line Records at that time.
Yeah. Crazy Bone. You said Crazy was acting crazy. All right.
No, Crazy wasn't acting crazy. Crazy was trying to do business.
I feel you. All right. All right. So cool. Let's fast forward a little bit. So after the All Good song, it seemed like, you correct me if I'm wrong, it seemed like, this is when you started mixing business with pleasure, and the question becomes, when did you start dating Layzie Bone?
Okay, so how that happened, we had came up with a group, and that's Crazy and the rest of the Mo Thug members, 5 of them. That was Thug Queen, Soulja Boy, Mo Hart, Sin, and myself. And we became the Night Riders. So Night Rider was like the black version of Kiss. We didn't know we were masked up and everything. And I had just got to a point, I was like, I'm not really liking this direction, and the business still isn't right. So I'm just going to leave this organization. So I did. I left, and I was like, they'll be hearing from my lawyers at this point. I haven't gotten compensated for my music. I didn't want that record to go on there in the first place because I knew that it was going to end up the way it did. So I just left, and about 2 months later, Steve, which is Layzie Bone, reached out to me, and he gave me a call, and he said, it was about 6 months, to be honest. It was about 6 months later. He called me and said, hey, I just want to know, would you like to start, I'm moving Mo Thug, and I want to know if you want to partner with me and be 50-50. I know that you're smart. I heard that you're smart. You know the business. Can you help me? I'm moving it from Cleveland to Atlanta. And I was like, oh, okay, 50-50. Okay, sure. And he was like, and by the way, I'm divorced. And I was like, okay.
Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up, back up. So he meant 50-50. He meant 50-50 for real.
Yeah, he was like, by the way, I'm divorced, and I'm going to backtrack it. He had tried to talk to me previously, and I had never met his wife or girlfriend. I didn't know what he had going on, but I had heard that he had a girlfriend. So I was like, no, I'm not talking to you. I got to be number one. And he was like, you will be number one. And I was like, not when you got a girl, not when you got a wife. And he was like, well, I'm not going to stop trying. And so that brought it back too, by the way, because I was shutting him down. Like, no, long as you got somebody else, no, I don't do that. Okay. So when he called me, he was like, and by the way, I'm divorced.
I really want to go so many directions with this.
He should have changed his name to Persistent Bone.
Persistent Bone. Hey, man, listen, I really want to go. You know what, man? I'm going to stick to the script because I think that's the safest way to go with this. But anyway, all right, so you and Layzie Bone, y'all get it together, 50-50. Y'all have 3 kids together, correct?
Mm-hmm. You're fast forwarding it way fast. But yeah, we have 3 kids together.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it. We got, 12 minutes left? I'm looking at the clock. All right, so 3 kids together. Let me ask you, because I remember on, I think it was the Mo Thugs 3 album, one of the kids, I think it was Jeremy, something like that. Jeremy? Is that your son?
No, that's our stepson. That's his son from his previous marriage.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that. So I was going to ask you how you felt about him on that record. I know he was kind of young, saying some pretty strong things on the record, but
I really never approved. First of all, he was a baby, and he was like, he's my first son, so
yeah.
The AK-47.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
It got a lot of ridicule. It was a lot of backlash at that time, but I don't really get involved. I speak my piece, like, shouldn't really have them do that. But if it's, I'm going to do what I want and da-da-da, can't nobody stop me. Okay, I'm going to back. I said what I said, and then we got a lot of backlash from that. They were threatening to pull the record. It was a lot.
I could see that. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward a little bit more. So you guys, all right, so you ended up breaking it off. And if you don't mind, could you tell us why?
His infidelity.
Okay.
Yeah, he was completely a liar and a cheater.
How did this affect the 3 kids that you do have with him?
It affects, when a family is torn, it affects everybody. It's a domino effect. So, everybody is coming through the traumas right now. But ultimately, we have God, so we're fine. They're fine.
Okay. I wanted to ask about this beef situation that happened between the Migos that had 21 Savage involved and Layzie Bone.
That got crazy. Did it? A little messy, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
all over the place.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of things that happened with that. But I specifically want to ask,
Gumbo.
Layzie Bone had a real issue with one of the, I think it was 21 Savage.
It was Offset originally.
Okay, one of them made the statement that they'll F his wife or something like that.
I think that was 21 Savage.
That was 21.
21 Savage. Okay, yeah. So he made that statement, and at this time, this was what, 2019, 18, somewhere around that time frame. Are you saying is he? I'm trying to get to this question. I'm fumbling all over the place. I'm gonna just say it straightforward. I'm really thinking about my man Layzie Bone when I'm saying this, so that's why I'm kind of fumbling right out.
You make it crystal clear.
I'm gonna make it crystal clear. Basically, is this man sticking up for you like this? Is he sticking up for you at this time frame because he's like, that's my wife. I'm putting down for my wife, or is he just kind of doing this for his manhood?
I really feel like it was for his manhood because it stemmed from Offset saying he was broke. So that's where it all stemmed. So it was anybody who came at him, he was going to have a theory.
Okay.
Theory. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know, maybe I was reading it wrong because he was looking at it. It looked like he put a lot into that comment that 21 Savage had made, like nah, bro, that we could talk about being who's the best and who's the best or whatever, but when it came to that wife's comment, it was
I'm 5'11", 145 pounds.
Well,
I remember that part.
When I listened to it and listened to him, because he wanted to fight him in public and make money off of it. And, like a pay-per-view or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, you want me to be honest? I really don't feel like he hit the key points because he was harping over, at the time I was a vegan and I didn't eat meat. And 21 was like, she tired of eating that stale mashed
pork
potatoes.
chops.
I got you.
And he, his rebuttal was, my wife don't even eat meat. So I was like, wow, out of all the things, could have been this man said, see, that's me. Like, that would have been the focal point. But yeah. That part.
Well, I want to get I'm gonna get my man Layzie Bone a rest, man, because I love that dude right there, man. I love the group Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's my dude. That's my group. But I got one more question I want to ask pertaining to him. It's about this growing up hip hop reality TV show. Some huge things had got revealed. From this show, especially for the fans, we sitting here watching things as they transpire. And so now we see Layzie Bone with his new boo. And all of a sudden, that's a shocker to us. What did you, how was that for you?
For one, I was just like, wow, they're making up all these storylines. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't take any of the proposals for me to do reality TV in the past, because I refuse to be fake. Mm-hmm. And I refuse, you know what I mean? Like, if it's reality TV, and I get it, some things are scripted, but like I used to tell him, how are you going to run with that narrative? Like, you had a whole family. Like, make that make sense. But if somebody wasn't real in the beginning, they ain't gonna be real in the end. So I'm just
trying to be quiet. I'm just trying to be, I'm just trying to be the host here.
Dang, went from persistent Bone to inconsistent Bone.
It really started off as he was the god dad of Sequoia. Then it turned into he was the mentor. Then it was just so many different stories. And then all of a sudden now they're lovers and they have a problem with this. But I was just, why didn't y'all just come out the gate like that? But, she's married, he's married. So I'm like, okay, how are y'all really planning this without, I don't think it was thought through.
Right.
I really don't. There's backlash. I mean, infidelity and adultery, it's not, it's more accepted in today's world, but still, dude, you got a whole family out here. You got kids that you didn't even put on. You got, you know what I'm saying? How are you going, goddaughter, where? I've never met this girl. I've never met, out of her 35 years of living, I've never met your goddaughter.
Yeah, you said something. You just said something I wanted to hit on before we get up out of here. So let's talk about what you got going on now. You are the CEO of a entertainment company here, the Chosen Empire. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. This is your own. This is a record label.
Yes, it's a record label.
All right, cool. So the kids you was talking about earlier, because that's basically what we're looking at in the future now. Let's talk about the next generation of Bone or the next generation of, the offsprings of Felicia. Are these kids signed to your record label here? Or are they Mota, Harmony House? What is it?
They're all free agents. What Chosen Empire is, it allows you, I teach you about the business and I teach you how to control your own masters. Okay. So I get a percentage, but you own your masters. You know what I mean? So you're not signed. I'm changing the game.
Got you.
I'm not into enslaving the artist. And that's what record labels have done. Right. That's why a lot of artists are miserable. So Chosen Empire is a different entity. It's teaching you freedom. It's teaching you how to be your own master.
Dope. Okay. All right, cool. So I understand that you have a book coming out, like a kind of like a tell-all book or something coming out soon?
It's not a tell-all book. It's a help book. It is. It's a self-help book, and it tells you how to identify narcissists, being in a relationship, how to identify alcoholism, drug addictions. Sometimes when you don't come from that, you don't know. So, and then bouncing back, because you become a victim.
Right.
You become more damaged than the actual person that's doing the drugs or the alcohol. One of the counselors told my aunt she had an alcohol husband as well, and she was going through counseling, and he said, you're sicker than he is. So she's always helped me through the process of me dealing with Steve being an alcoholic. All
right, I got you. Cool.
If you don't get drunk with him, it ain't gonna work.
I don't drink or smoke.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. I gotta get my I gotta get my surreal moment in there before it's time to slide. Usually, anytime we have an artist on the show, I make you spit some bars or sing a riff, something like that or whatever. But you're not actually in the building with us. So what I'm gonna do is, I just want to put you in the hot seat real quick. We was talking about our topic, relationship, advice. You was just talking about your book. It sounded like you're going to give out some relationship advice in the book. So hot seat question for you. I want to know, confession time. Tell me this. What could Felicia have done better in your relationships?
Oh, I could have done a lot of things better. I could have walked out earlier.
Oh, wow. That wasn't the kind of answer I was.
See the sign soon.
She's smart. She's smart. She's smart. I was out. Come on, man. We would have give us the. All right. So give us the. Come on. Help me out, cuz. Help me out.
I ain't helping nothing out.
What am I trying to ask her, man? Reformulate the question for me, man.
I know what you're saying.
Be humble. Give us the humble answer. I could have listened more. I could have, come on.
I could have communicated more, really. Because I'm very private as being a Scorpio, so everybody who knows a Scorpio knows that. So I could have communicated a little more.
Okay. All right. I'll take that one. All right. Time to get up out of here. Unless you want to give, let us go to commercial and come back. But I definitely want to give you time to give your shout outs. Tell your people you love them, all that good stuff. Any social media sites, things of that nature you want to put out there, anything you want to get off your chest before we get up out of here, go for it.
Okay. Well, I love everybody. Thank you, fans, for holding me down. You've been waiting a long time. I promise you this year a record is coming. The new single out is called Love You Left Behind.
And we're going to play that. We're going to play that in the next hour.
Okay.
Right,
well, y'all about to hear that. And I just want to thank everybody for showing me mad love, even the haters, because you motivate us. So.
Yeah, that chick that gave me that screenshot. I'm gonna send you that screenshot.
No, I have to send it. I don't entertain the negativity, and that's her prerogative. Yeah. If she wants to do that, fine. It's a million other ones that love all good. So hey,
she's somewhere lonely right now. Her shadow hiding from her.
Yeah, she was. Oh, yeah.
You know what? You know what's gonna help her go through this, and you got to be careful with karma. See, I'm speaking my truth, and you're mad at the truth. So a relationship is gonna come in your life and show you what I've been through.
Ooh.
And
crystal clear. It's crystal clear. All right, well, listen, Felicia, we thank you so much for doing our show. Truly appreciate you. I've been a fan of yours since day one, so it was a dream come true for me to do this. And yeah, man, I'm sucking up. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right. So we holler at you later then.
Okay.
All right, peace.